What is going on, everyone? Mets Talk with Hayden J. What's going on, everyone? It's been a little bit since whoops, that repeated on my phone. Sorry about that. It's been quite a bit since we've done one of these live streams, probably about a week, but we are back and better than ever. It's a nice sunny day today, or at least for me in Florida is. I don't know about you guys, but I hope everyone is doing extremely well. And you know what? I am very happy. Why is that, you ask? Because the New York Mets took 2 games out of 3 against the New York Yankees. How is that not to be excited about? This was a great series overall. I had some pros, I had some cons to it. Overall, I was very, very, very satisfied with this series. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. We have 12 people in the chat. That's awesome to hear. Everyone, I hope you all stick to the end. If not, I understand. In this stream, I am going to be going over the New York Mets versus the New York Yankees series summary. And then, as always, I will be getting into your comments. So if you guys want to drop a comment, stick to the end. I will definitely try to respond to that to the best of my ability. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in. As always, if anyone has any comments or anything they would like to drop, either now or later on, I could definitely try to the best of my ability to respond to those. So quickly enough, I guess, stop wasting any time. Game one was a completely shocking game. I had so many mixed emotions in terms of this game. Game one, we saw the New York Mets took game one 8-3. We had Taijuan Walker on the bump, who probably had his best start of his season, maybe his career. I mean, I wasn't super knowledgeable of him when he was with the D-backs and the Blue Jays and the Mariners, but I'd say this could potentially be his best start of his career that he had. Taking a general look, Walker, 5.2 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. He mixed up his pitch as well. That was one thing with Walker. Trying to switch up your arsenal, switch up your pitches, go from a 4-seamer to a splitter. So he kind of switched up his pitches. So I think that was also a success for Walker. He had a no-hitter going into the 6th inning. Sadly, it was broken by Aaron Judge. 106 pitches deep in. Aaron Judge, unfortunately, did break it. Yankee Stadium effect, the short right field corner, sadly was broken. But you know what? Going into the 6th inning with the no-hitter, that doesn't happen every day. Well, actually, it is happening every day because we live in 2021 baseball. Castro came in. Castro really struggled with his command a little bit. He was taken out, did not record an out. We had Familia and Smith who came in to finish the job. The bullpen, Familia has been looking great. Drew Smith has been looking great. In terms of the offense, Brandon Nimmo came back, and maybe he ignited the offense. 3 hits his first game back. He hasn't played a game since like May 2nd, May 3rd, something like that. 3 hits his first game back. In the 5th and 6th inning, the Mets offense blew up. Before that, it was kind of a pitching duel, kind of a boring game. I even said boring game a million times. 5th and 6th inning, the offense exploded. Dom Smith, James McCann, Francisco Lindor, Kevin Pillar, they were rocking it out there. 14 hits. Amazing. Completely amazing. 8 runs, 14 hits. Taijuan Walker gets the big W. 7th win of the year. He now has 7 wins and 3 losses. Great overall appearance by Taijuan Walker. No doubt about it. I mean, Walker's definitely, in terms of him getting snubbed for the All-Star game, I was very upset about that, and we are definitely going to get into that because I will say he really deserved that, and I'm not going to lie. I was very upset when I saw Taijuan Walker was not on the All-Star ballot. So quickly enough, getting into Game 2, Marcus Stroman. The New York Mets took this game 10-5. This was yesterday's game. This was game 1 of the 7-inning doubleheader. Marcus Stroman, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 0 strikeouts. He pitched solidly. There were some errors from the infielders that kind of affected him. Wasn't necessarily his fault. There was, a bobble by Francisco Lindor. There were some errors at, at second base with calling, communication. So it wasn't necessarily on Stroman. He did his job. He kept the ball on the ground. He kept the ball closely to make it playable. And sadly, the defense, my apologies, was not really able to help him out there. Familia came in, back-to-back days, a little bit of a concern, but he pitched well, and Lugo came in to finish it. And then in terms of this offense, Dom Smith started it with Garrett Cole. He took Garrett Cole deep for the Yankee Stadium special on the right field corner. First home run of the game. Then in the fourth inning, we saw Tomas Nido, Nimmo, and Lindor take some action with the bases loaded with the walk, back-to-back base hits. Mets did something. We saw Chapman. This was a 7-inning doubleheader, so theoretically, this is the bottom of the 7th. I guess technically you could say it was the bottom of the 9th. Aroldis Chapman, he's been struggling this season. I'm sure Yankee fans are not super happy about him. This is like his 10th save blown in the last week. Aroldis Chapman comes in. What does Pete Alonso do? He faces Pete Alonso. What does Pete Alonso do? Boom, hits his 14th home run of the year to left field. Exit velocity, kneeled down on that, kind of like that. Crazy. Pete Alonso took him deep to tie the game. Then we had Jose Peraza double. There was a fan interference, so it wasn't a home run. It was a double. 2 runs scored on that. We had Nimmo hit a single to drive in a run, and then Lindor do the same to drive in 2. So obviously the Mets took this game 10-5. Poor bullpen moves by Aaron Boone and as well as Aroldis Chapman. I don't really know what the dealio with Aroldis Chapman is. I'm not sure if it's simply – it's really tough with Aroldis Chapman. I'm not really sure if it's simply enough that he's struggling. I don't know if it's the pine tar. It's really tough, and I know I say that a lot, but it's tough. It really is something. I don't really know what the Mets have planning to do with Aroldis Chapman. I don't know if he's going to be their closer. But yeah, definitely something very, very tough to see out of this Yankees team. And we know the Yankees, days before, they were literally chanting at Yankee Stadium, fire Boone, fire Cashman, fire Cashman. And, people are already talking about the chat, get rid of Cashman, get rid of Boone. Listen, I'll tell you one thing as a Mets fan, the bullpen as 2019, it brings back that 2019 nostalgia. The bullpen is very, very important. I mean, I'll say this, 2019, if the Mets, bullpen was solid, we probably would have been in the playoffs. No doubt about that. So yeah, that is game 2. Now, simply getting into game 3, it was the second game of the doubleheader. That obviously was ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, and both teams kind of had an opener / AAA guy kind of start. They had I forgot the Yankee for the Mets. It was Corey Oswalt, obviously. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 4 strikeouts. He pitched pretty solid the first couple innings. He kind of got to him. He did allow a home run to Gio Urshela, the most happy fella. Luis Rojas in the press conference later kind of blamed it as the Yankee Stadium special. It's Yankee Stadium. It's kind of a hitter's park, not really a pitcher's park. I don't really know what to make of that. We had Luke, May, Castro coming pretty quiet. Castro's command of the strike zone definitely has been a little issue. He did allow a wild pitch to drive in a run. Miguel Castro's command has definitely been a little difficult. In the past, his command was always an issue, but, the guys were swinging at it. They were taking at it, where now, I don't know if they're figuring it out or whatever. And then obviously the only offense we got was from Pete Alonso, who hit a 2-run homer again for his 15th home run on the year. He hit a home run to the right field corner for his 15th on the year. Sadly, that wasn't enough. The Mets fell short to the Yankees by 2 runs. Mets lost 4-2. Corey Oswalt, unfortunately, gets the eligibility for the L. It was a great series overall. I was very satisfied with simply what I saw in this series. Simply taking a look, I had very, ambiguous emotions going into this series, questioning, what's going to happen with the Mets? Can they get to this Yankees lineup? And they really did. I mean, the Yankees team, they're a struggling team. They're bouncing around 500. And this came to the thing that the Mets took advantage of. And I really think it worked for them. It really did. I was glad to see it. So, yeah. Otherwise, that is really it with the New York Mets and New York Yankees series summary recap. Brandon Nimmo's back. He's really looking great. I'm really excited with Nimmo's returning, if you want to call it that. I don't know why I forgot that for a minute, but he looked great. If you guys want to leave some comments, I will definitely go over the comments a little bit. And anything else, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. All right, so now getting into the comments. Simply enough. Ashley, what's going on? LFGM, I agree. Rob Manfred, Mets, absolutely. Hey, everyone, what's going on? Michael, my man, I appreciate you tuning in. You're pretty regular on the channel. I always recognize your Jerry Kuzman profile picture. So, attaboy for tuning in. John, what's going on? LFGM, fist bump to you back, man, of course. Connor, hey, buddy, unfortunately, no worries, man. Listen, it's summer. People have a lot of stuff going on, but I appreciate you, dedication, tuning in, just to let me know you can tune in. Hope to see you next stream. Should have some videos coming back. I always enjoy your very positive and polite comments. It definitely means a lot. So LFGM, Connor, I appreciate you tuning in. Puerto Rican boy, LFGM, what's going on, my man? Great, interesting legend. Jack in the Box, what's going on? What's up? Michael again, hello. Alexander, what's going on, everyone? What's going on, brother? Appreciate you tuning in. Garlo, what's going on? What's going on? Hydro, LFGM, of course. Boomer, hey, what's going on? Eric Roberts, what's going on? Yo, I appreciate you tuning in. I think this is the first time I've seen you, so please, appreciate you tuning in, brother. I was at yesterday's game, 10-5. It was really cool. Hey, listen, man, I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Definitely something, great experience, I'm sure, for you. Peter Alonso, Andrew, get out of here. Andrew's just upset because he didn't get a ball from Peter Alonso. What was it, Andrew? You didn't get a signature. You didn't get a ball from him. So get out of here, Andrew. Come on now, man. I haven't been on a Mets channel. Well, here, listen, you're here now, man. You're here now. Or just baseball in general. Yeah, Taijuan got robbed. No doubt about it. Taijuan Walker really got robbed of that All-Star appearance. I think it was tough. I don't know if Jacob deGrom is going to pitch in the All-Star game. It's likely he's not because, health and stuff. And, he's been coming back from some injuries. So I don't think he will pitch, but I think he'll get the recognition. He'll get the honor. He'll get the curtain call at the All-Star game, when they announce everyone's names, or it'll be on like his baseball reference or his history for the Hall of Fame coming down the line. So he'll get that. But I mean, obviously, they're going to want someone to actually play in the game itself. Obviously, I think if everyone was healthy, if this was a regular season that is expected, I could have easily seen Nimmo in it. I could have seen McNeil in it, and I could have seen Alonso in it. But everyone says, Hayden, Alonso only missed like 2 weeks. He was fine. Yeah, but I mean, he didn't have his regular offense to back him up or help drive in runs. So definitely very tough for our friend Pete Alonso. But yeah, I mean, I could see Walker making it. Probably Walker's the best person, honestly, to make it. Mets won the series, and I'll take that. Sweep is better, but a series win. Yeah, Jack in the Box, I agree with you absolutely. Of course, every time a win is a win. Obviously, as long as we're not getting swept, I mean, I'll take 1 out of 3 at this rate. I mean, but I'm looking for series wins, not series sweeps. Series wins, you get 2 out of 1, so you have an extra win. That's wild card contention right there. I'm not a math expert, but hopefully I explained that right. Let's hope Pete Alonso could stay on a hot home run spree. Yeah, he had 2 at Yankee Stadium, definitely a hitter's ballpark, but I'm definitely staying confident that he could do something. Who do you think will be better? I'm probably gonna go the Backyardigans just for future. Yeah, Judge is honestly the only guy really on the Yankees team really doing something, to be honest with you. I mean, Judge, LeMahieu did some action yesterday, but it's really just Judge hitting, and in terms of defense too. So definitely, I mean, he's an all-star. He'll be playing in Colorado, so great to see of him. I watched a video the other day. Crazy to see that he could have almost went to the A's. They wanted him out of high school, but he wanted to, go to college and play a little bit more. So he could have been in Oakland A, and that would have been crazy. I mean, Oakland Coliseum is not a hitter's ballpark, so I wonder how that would have turned out for him if he did go there. Hey, Hayden, hope you had a good weekend and a better because the weekend. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you tuning in, Alexander, and I appreciate the positive comment. I hope you had a good weekend also and a better because the New York Mets took the series. Oh, Alonso, absolutely. Alonso's looking bright. Bird. Greg Bird? Taijuan, yeah, I agree with you, man. I stated before. 2 Blue Jays made it. Yeah, I know. I'm assuming Vlad. No, I think more than 2. I think Vlad, Teoscar Hernandez. I think Randall Grichuk made it. I think Bichette made it. I don't know about pitching, though. Hinton, I don't know if Hinton. I don't know. I have to see. I have to look at what Blue Jays made it. I know like 5, I think, made it. Chapman sucks. Yeah, he kind of does. Hey, everyone. What's going on? Get rid of Cashman and Boone, of course. I think the I agree with you, Nick. I think Alonso's definitely, you know, he's obviously, I would like to see him hit home runs. And sadly, it sucks to see guys like Shohei Ohtani have 31 and, you know, guys like Vlad Jr. have like 28 or whatever he has now. And Alonso only have 15. And, you know, I always enjoyed in 2019 waking up and seeing the home run leaderboards and Alonso in first or second or third and, you know, 1 away from Trout and, you know, 2 away from Bellinger. You know, that was something I enjoyed. So, you know, it's tough to see Alonso not hit home runs, but, you know, it's kind of like the Nimmo effect. You know, home runs doesn't mean everything, you know, as long as you get on base, which I guess, you know, we're really just accustomed to see Alonso hit home runs with his power, kind of like a guy like Judge, Stanton. So, you know, but hopefully I think, you know, Manfred's going to bring, you know, the juiced ball to an extent, the juice ball back by the All-Star break because he's seeing that, you know, hitting is really struggling, and it's getting better now. I mean, you know, the Mets are, you know, look what happened since they banned the pine tar and spider tack. You know, I've been seeing, you know, double, you know, 10-run games, not 2-1 games. LFGM, of course. Series, he's not getting unlucky. He's really struggling. If you watch a slider, to peek closely, I could see. I'm not sure if you're talking. I'm assuming you're talking about Chapman. Is my biggest assumption. 3 Blue Jays. Yeah. I don't know. I have to Google how many Blue Jays made it. Chapman has no command. I agree with you on that. That was McCann's fault. I'm not sure pertaining to what. Brandon Nimmo is the piece to this offense. Since Nimmo has been back, we are scoring runs. Yeah, I mean, you know, Brandon Nimmo definitely is the guy. If you ever seen the movie Moneyball, why do you like him? Because he gets on base. Simply enough, Brandon Nimmo gets on base. And we've been seeing this season especially, even before the injury, he really came back and he wasn't, you know, he was starting to get aggressive at the plate. In the past, we'd kind of see him just stand there, you know, take the walk, get hit by the pitch, you know, maybe get a couple base hits every now and then. You know, he's not a power hitter. He's kind of a light contact center fielder. But now he's really starting to hit the ball well. And I think that's something, obviously, will that affect his batting average? I mean, batting average doesn't mean anything in baseball. Obviously, you know, ESPN, they say, oh, batting average means everything. It doesn't. But yeah, I mean, Brandon Nimmo could definitely be the piece to help ignite this offense, and I'm hoping it is. Hey, everyone, what's going on, Ivan Dos? I appreciate you tuning in. Gotta love Stroman. Yeah, the Showman, of course, absolutely. Howdy, what's going on, Jed Lowrie? So you're doing pretty well with the A's. Gotta love Stroman. Yeah, Long Island native, absolutely. Always love, you know, kind of like the Steven Matz, Long Island native. Did you see the Giants jerseys? I did. They're actually very fresh. I want to pull them up. The City Connect jerseys. You all know how much I love baseball and jerseys, and just simply, this is a great way to expand the game. I mean, we all know I'm a huge baseball collector in terms of jerseys, hats. I have 1 million hats, 12 jerseys. Hyperbole, but I have over, you know, 50 hats. I just want to share the jerseys. I mean, these look pretty fire. I mean, I would personally buy one of these. I mean, I think these look good. I mean, the hats, I don't really like the hats, but I really think the jerseys look pretty nice with the G. I'd personally buy one of them. I still have to buy the Miami one, obviously. But yeah, I mean, you know, obviously in terms of these, I think it's great. It's a great way to expand the game. Obviously, we live in a day and age where fashion is such a big thing. You know, the NBA did it with their City Connect jerseys. I see people on the street that have a Heat jersey. I'm like, oh, what do you think of Miami Heat? They're like, oh, I don't know anything about it. I just love the jersey. And I mean, I don't really see that with baseball much. I mean, yeah, I see Yankees hats because it's the most selling hat around the world. I see people in Japan that have a Yankees hat, and they can't even, you know, I know people that live in Europe. And they say, you know, they come here and they're like, oh, yeah, I know the Yankees. I think they're a baseball team. I see them all the time in, you know, Munich and England. I was like, Jesus. But pretty cool, you know, and I really think MLB should do this. It's a great way to expand the game, expand knowledge of the game. It's something great to do. I mean, the Miami jerseys, they look fresh. You know, the White Sox ones, they look extremely fresh. I mean, I love them. I think they look awesome. You want the black jerseys? Yeah, Steve Cohen said they're coming back any day. So I don't know when the next Friday home game is. I think the Brewers, that's an away, I believe. Oh, no, it is a home game. Okay, so maybe we'll see them Friday. Friday's a home game against the Pirates, so that'd be a pretty nice time to break them out, maybe. MLB take line. Yankees were sabotaging their season by putting in Chapman yesterday. Absurdly bad decision, Yankee fans. Yeah, I mean, he's coming off a bad start against Jared Walsh. I appreciate MLB take line for tuning in. Please, if you guys can, check him out. Great YouTuber. he does all of it, all the great baseball news, where I primarily stick to Mets. He does it all, so please check him out. Help him get out there more. Great YouTuber, completely underrated. He should get a million more views. So check him out, MLB Take Line. Hopefully you're still here, man. But check him out. Give him a sub. Check out some of his videos. I was watching his video the other day where he's talking about potential playoff teams. Pretty great video. So check him out. Please do. But yeah, I agree with you absolutely. And someone was talking about Cashman getting fired before, and I really think Cashman is gonna let go, because if they fire Boone, Cashman's gonna want his own manager. So I mean, if he picked Boone, are you really gonna bring someone else? And then, and simply enough, taking a look at this offseason, I mean, you got rid of Adam Ottavino, you got rid of Garrett Richards, and look at those guys. They've been balling with the Boston Red Sox. And what did you trade him away for? So you could pay Brett Gardner to hit 200? To strike out, to have a noodle arm in the outfield? That's really? Come on. I'm not a Yankees fan, but I mean, that sounds like Wilpon. That sounds like Jeff Wilpon right there. LFGM, appreciate it. Karen, let's go Mets. I appreciate it, as always. Always appreciate the positive comments. Yeah, Rojas said DeGrom isn't pitching because he's slated for that Sunday night. Absolutely. And he said the Mets' priority is his health. Of course. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I know DeGrom said he's debating on whether he'll go to Denver. I think he should, just to get the curtain call, when they say for the New York Mets, Jacob DeGrom, and just wave. I mean, I think that'd be nice. He should do it. I mean, like I said, it'll be on his Baseball Reference. It'll be in the history books that he made the All-Star game. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. It really is. It sucks to not see him going to the game, but listen, his health is more important. I was kind of hoping, I said, hey, maybe I said maybe he'll maybe I'll have a guy like Kevin Gausman start instead, and that'll be something else. What's up? What's going on, Marco? If DeGrom retired today, do you think he's making the Hall of Fame? Yeah, it's tough. I always get this question. I think it's a possibility. I mean, you take a look. I mean, the dude had 3 to 4 seasons of Cy Young contention right now. I mean, at the rate he's going, yes. I think if he finishes maybe with one more Cy Young, I think if we get maybe 2 more years of this, then absolutely he will make the Hall of Fame. I mean, I think an MVP in the books would lock it up. If he wins MVP this year, close the envelope. He's in. I mean, it's difficult to decide. I mean, pitchers winning MVP are extremely difficult too. We saw it was kind of like that with Rookie of the Year with guys like Matt. With Rookie of the Years like Harvey or Kevin Williams. So, I mean, it's very complex to decide pitchers, because they only make so many appearances. We're compared to an everyday starter like everyone's saying, oh, Alec Boehm should have, or Jay Cronenworth should have run Rookie of the Year compared to Devin Williams, which, I don't know if I agree with that, but Williams definitely, I haven't really heard much of him this season, so I don't really think he's doing a whole lot. DeGrom is in the league of his own. He's all the way in front. Yeah, DeGrom, he's a fantasy that becomes reality. I mean, he's the best pitcher in baseball. Probably the best pitcher I've seen. I mean, I'm 19 years old. I know I look like I'm 12, but I mean, I was a little young for Maddox. But I think DeGrom is better than 13 Kershaw, 17, 18 Verlander, and I mean, better than Maddox, better than guys that I've seen. Is he better than Seaver? I don't know yet. I think we need to get a solid year or 2 more out of him like this, and then maybe we can make that talk. But I think it's a strong possibility. Talk Diaz. Talk Judge trade. Yeah, I mean, I've heard some, talks of Judge getting traded. It was more earlier in the season, when they were really struggling. I don't know if they are. I mean, he's really the only guy in the team that's actually doing something with the bat. So it's a possibility. Diaz got robbed. Oh yeah, from the All-Star game. Yeah, I mean, I know guys like Josh Hader made it. I will say he got robbed. I mean, there's definitely another Met that will make it. It could be Diaz. It could be Walker. Who knows? Maybe it'll be Alonso. You never know. Simeon, that's who it was. Yeah, how did I not know that? I have him on my fantasy league. Yes, Marcus Simeon did make it. Arguably, he moved over from shortstop to second base this year. We saw the Blue Jays picked him up on a 1-year deal. The Blue Jays didn't expect to get this out of him. No way about it. 2019, he finished 3rd MVP. I think he probably should have finished 4th, because I think DJ LeMahieu was much better. But This dude's putting up MVP numbers, probably one of the best second basemen so far. If he keeps it up, he could easily be the first or second best second baseman in the league. What's going on? Love Nimmo. Who doesn't love Nimmo? Ex-Woba, every start standard stat. Listen, we all know how I feel about sabermetrics. Vlad, Simeon, and Bobichette, yes. And take Rojas with you, I say. Yeah, I mean, Rojas has definitely been getting better. Rojas has been getting on my good side. You know, he really started off the season tough. You know, with Rojas, I was very, you know, kind of not super happy with him, you know, in terms of the standard stuff, how it is with Rojas standing up for players, you know, these lefty-righty adjustments or lefty-on-lefty nonsense. So, you know, it's tough, but he's been getting on my good side. For Anthony Baker, who made the All-Star team from the Yankees? So, to my knowledge, I know Garrett Cole made it. I know Aroldis Chapman made it. I know Judge made it, and I believe that is it. Let me double check if I am wrong. I believe those 3 guys made it, and you know that's fair. I mean, three guys making it is pretty solid. Let's take a look-see. Yep, as expected, Aaron Judge made it. Chapman and Garrett Cole. So great to see. Lindor's Entertainment. I mean, you know it, no doubt. Are you excited for the draft? Yeah, listen, I'm pumped for the draft, Connor. Obviously, we know the draft is kind of like a lottery thing. I mean, let's be real. Taking a look at the draft, I mean, look at guys. The farm system in the draft is so tough to decide. I mean, you look at guys like, if you were to tell me in the farm system, Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, Jacob deGrom, I'd say who? I mean, during spring training in like 2013, 2012, they kept calling him DeGrom because no one, you know, these guys, you know, look. It's tough, and it really is. And I know I always say that, but with the farm system, you know, it's a whole different ball game. No pun intended. And in the draft, it's a lottery ticket. Guys like Jacob deGrom weren't drafted till the 6th round. I mean, and you know, you look at some former first-round draft picks. I mean, I think the Astros had like 2 in the early, you know, 10s, and I don't even know who they were. I mean, I think Correa was one, but the other guy was. I don't even think he ever made it. But yeah, it's something that's not really that too big. I think it's nice. I mean, the Mets are getting the 10th round pick. I will say last 10th round pick was Michael Conforto. So you never know what we'll get. I'm hoping we get someone nice. Nice pitching would be nice. I mean, I'll say we're very limited on our outfield. We're very limited on pitching. I think the fact that Thomas Sapuki is our next call-up for pitching really shows something, besides Matt Allen, who has Tommy John and will be out for a bit. So the fact that Sapuki is the next call-up in line for our farm system, that's a little concerning. And listen, you're not going to have these Cy Young caliber, you know, 100-mile-per-hour pitchers like Jack Leiter, you know, going automatically. But, you know, something has to be observed. And I think, you know, Kumar Rocker had a rough start, so he could potentially get bumped down. Could he be the 10th round pick? Be interesting. But, I mean, someone always asked me, I think someone said it before, and I forgot what the comment was, but they said, who would you rather the Mets keep? You know, Jonathan Villar or Kevin Pillar? And as crazy it is, I'd say Kevin Pillar. I mean, besides the fact that Kevin Pillar is hitting hard, it just finds a glove. We only have so much outfield depth. I mean, infield depth, we have so many. You know, yeah, you know, Villar's a utility guy. You could throw him at second. You could throw him at third. You could throw him at short. But Pillar, I mean, besides Nimmo, besides Smith, who isn't even a left fielder naturally, besides Conforto, you don't have a whole lot of options. You got Almora Jr., who can't do anything with the bat. It's tough. And I mean, Pete Crow Armstrong is really our future in terms of the outfield. And I mean, you know, he's so young. He needs to power that bat more. I mean, from what we've seen at him, I think he's 19, 20. He looks great. But we need to get more out of him. So we got a ton of new comments. I did go over that comment. Judge made it, yes. Yeah, I agree with you, Shark. Oh, it's Jake. Yeah, Jake, I appreciate you tuning in, brother. Sanchez did get robbed. I thought he may have made it. Yeah, tough year for Sanchez. You know, last year he really got smeared on. He's been doing better. And obviously there were talks about the Yankees trading him. And I even said if the Yankees trade him, that'd be stupid. You know, the Duke could easily hit 30 home runs a season. And you're going to trade him away. Yankee Stadium is easily a good ballpark to hit in. But yeah, Sanchez got snubbed. I mean, I think the biggest snub. Let me see who made the All-Star catchers. I'll say I think Sean Murphy. Yeah, I don't know if Sean Murphy made it. I know Real Muto made it. I know Sean Murphy made it. Pitchers. catchers. Buster Posey made it. NJ Realmuto. Oh, that's the NL. So let me go to the AL. So in terms of catching from Salvador Perez and Mike Zunino. I mean, I think if anything, I'll say Sean Murphy got robbed. I mean, take a look at Sean Murphy. I think Murphy got robbed. I think Sanchez got robbed. This whole voting system really is garbage. It really is. I mean, JD Davis finishes 6th overall at third base with dudes played 10 games. People just take a look at his batting average and say, "Oh, he's good. I'm going to vote for him." No, that doesn't mean anything. But yeah, I agree with you, Jake. It's this whole All-Star voting stuff really needs to change. LFGM, I appreciate you, Garlo, for tuning in. Lou, what's going on? Z Sports Card, what's going on? Got to get back to work. I appreciate you tuning in as always, of course. Till next time, you know it. What's up? Are we doing a fantasy draft? Yeah, I definitely have to try to get that under my shoes. Don't worry, Puerto Rican boy. I'll if you want, message me on Discord or Twitter. And we will see what's going on with that. Who are the Yankees going to pick up at the trade deadline? Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure who they're going to get. I mean, someone told me they may even be sellers. But I think the fact is, my analogy is, if you're over 500, you're probably not going to be a seller. If you're below 500, like the D-backs, the Rockies, the Rangers, yeah, you're going to be sellers. I could honestly see the Yankees being buyers. I mean, they just need like 1 or 2 more pieces to ignite that offense, like the Mets did, getting Brandon Nimmo back. I don't know what they're going to get. I'm not sure. I would say starting pitching would be, a nice thing to approach. I mean, Garrett Cole, he's been having his little pine tar issues. Jameson Taijuan hasn't really put up expectations. What's his face? The guy who threw a no-hitter. What's his face? Corey Kluber. I mean, the fact that they signed him was ridiculous. They're trying to avoid injuries, and he's an injury-prone player. He's gone. So I think pitching would be nice. Maybe a guy like the Texas Rangers. I made a video about this. Please check it out, guys. One guy, Kyle Gibson. I could see Kyle Gibson going to both New York teams, potentially. I could see both New York teams expressing interest in Kyle Gibson. I mean, if this whole closer thing doesn't work out for Chapman, I could see them going for a new closer. I mean, maybe a bat would be nice. Maybe a Joey Gallo. I mean, him at Yankee Stadium, that'd be nuts. But yeah, I mean, I would say maybe a guy like Joey Gallo could be nice. Kyle Gibson, something to kind of help push them over the edge, get them into that second place category. From Jake, are you on the Ronnie Mauricio hype train? I just saw him in Wilmington, and the dude could rake. Francisco Alvarez looked good too. Yeah, I mean, I stated before with the whole farm system, we all know how I feel about that. The thing with Mauricio is, in terms of third base, he's obviously going to be a third baseman. He's not going to be a shortstop because he's a bit bigger than expected. So, I mean, in terms of Mauricio, I think the best thing we could do with him is put him in a trade. I think the Mets, Mauricio is going to play third base. No, you're not going to put him at short. You got a shortstop for the next 10 years. So you're going to put him at third base. And besides that, his weight, his size, the Mets farm system staff even stated they would want him at third. And I mean, third base is really the whole category for confusion. I mean, there are talks about them trading, but you got JD Davis. Do you trust JD Davis there? I mean, obviously, and then in terms of the farm system for third base, you have Brett Baty, who I probably trust much more. Brett Baty, I don't know if you're familiar with him, Jake, but he is a power hitter, hits opposite field, has some nice opposite field power, hits up the gap, he uses the whole field, great eye coordination at the plate. He knows what he's doing. So especially at third base, I mean, he's at least a year or two away. People were triggered. They wanted him up to help ignite this Mets offense before. But, I mean, he's a year or two away, Baty. And then you got Vientos, who I think obviously can get called up sooner than Baty, but I don't think will meet the expectations as Baty. So I think in terms of Mauricio, I'm kind of on it. I personally wouldn't mind him being traded for a nice third baseman pick or just any pick in general, whether it's pitching. But, yeah, I don't think Mauricio is ever going to get the call up with the Mets. I think they're probably going to trade him, honestly. And then Alvarez, our future catcher. I mean, the dude, he's 19, 20 years old, and he looks like a 30-year-old veteran catcher. He blocks the ball well. His framing is well. He hits. He's a beast. And in terms of James McCann, I mean, we have James McCann locked up for the next 4 years with no options, sadly. We don't know if James McCann is going to be this guy that we kind of expected. So could you call up Alvarez sooner? Probably not. But Alvarez, I'm very excited on. Hopefully he could meet his expectations. Although we know the farm system in the major leagues are completely, just a completely different story. Yankees are trash. You know what? They've been having their struggles. You know, I'll tell you all this. When the season started, I actually had the Rays winning the division, and everyone called me nuts. Now I'm thinking the Rays are really only like a good first half team. I don't know. It's tough to decide. I think our best bet would be going for Joey Gallo or Cedric Mullins. Yeah, Orioles too. Cedric Mullins. I mean, the fact is, everyone's voting for Trout rather than Mullins. I think Cedric Mullins is probably one of the best center fielders right now in the league. He's been playing well. I mean, against that Mets series in Baltimore, he killed us. He had like 2 homers against us, robbed like 5 base hits. He's a cannon of an arm. I've been very impressed with Cedric Mullins, completely underrated guy. And I think because he plays for any Baltimore Orioles team, so it's unfortunate. Hopefully they can get something going though. But yeah, Cedric Mullins, I mean, outfield definitely would be good. I mean, I don't really think they would want Brett Gardner anymore. I mean, the dude is a noodle arm. Can Brett Gardner even reach the pickoff, the third baseman? I have no idea. So the Mets are going to have 2 third basemen with Mauricio and Beatty. Well, no. So I'm thinking in terms of the farm system, Mauricio is likely to be a third baseman, but I don't think they are going to. I don't think Mauricio's ever. I think they're going to trade him for someone. And then in terms of it, Vientos, I mean, Mauricio's not playing short. You got Beatty, you got Vientos, as stated before. Vientos is likely to get called up sooner, but Beatty has more hype. I mean, I wouldn't mind putting a package for like a Mauricio. I mean, Vientos, I don't know if I want to be a bench player. I mean, if you're in the big leagues, it's something. But, I mean, that's a possibility to explore. You start off Vientos on the bench. I got to meet Beatty too. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I'm glad you got to meet him. Yeah, great dude. I mean, I know when we picked him up in 2019, I was pretty hyped on him. Everyone's calling him an ex-David Wright. I don't know about that, but I wouldn't mind a nice Beatty Lindor left side of the infield. You have McNeil and Alonso at the right side. That's pretty dangerous infield. I love GM. I appreciate it, Connor. Of course. Would you trade our top 3 prospects for Trout? So the Mets' top 3 prospects, to my knowledge, are Alvarez, Beatty, and Allen. Let's take a little look-see at that. Oh, never mind. Okay, so Alvarez, Mauricio, and Allen. I mean, you're trading. I mean, the thing is, I mean, that's tough because then you're losing a catcher. Yeah, you're losing a pitcher. That's kind of tough. Probably not, to be honest with you. It's just like we have the outfield contained for right now, but it's like we need a catcher, and James McCann has got to go. I'm sure people are going to be happy for me to say that. I don't know. That you put me on the spot there, man. I mean, Alvarez is you got to keep him. Mauricio, I wouldn't mind, but then Allen's on the 60-day. Yeah, he's out because he gets Tommy John. So do you want him? I mean, I wouldn't mind trading away those 2 guys, yeah, but not Alvarez. The Yankees need to fire Boone right now. Who do you think would be a manager for the Yankees? Yeah, I mean, speaking of firing managers, when the season started, I really hated Rojas. I was saying Rojas has to go. I was raging over him. And then in terms of it, it was tough because what other managers are out there? I mean, there's really not many people out there. I mean, one guy I think would be pretty interesting is Bob Melvin from the Oakland Athletics. His contract is, I think, expiring soon. But the problem is the A's are doing well, so they likely are going to keep him. So I have no idea if they're going to keep him or not. I mean, he's older. I mean, obviously he gets the job done, Bob Melvin. I mean, listen, man, I like Bob Melvin too. I think Bob Melvin could be an opportunity for the Yankees to explore. Obviously, in terms of in terms of this team. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Bob Melvin would really be the only choice. I'm trying to think what other options are there. I mean, you got Bob Melvin, and that's really it. I mean, Kevin Cash isn't leaving. I mean, I like Cash. I like Melvin. They're not leaving. I mean, I don't know if you guys want Terry Collins. I don't know. There really isn't many managers to explore right now. I mean, you guys lost Girardi. There's not many guys. I'd say Bob Melvin could be a safe bet, but are the A's going to get rid of him? Allen, yeah, that is true. Allen is on the 6th-day AL from Tommy John surgery. Would you say the Braves are the biggest threat to the Mets in the NL East? Great question. Great question, MLB Takeline. Taking a look at the NL East, simply just taking a look at the NL East, the order goes Mets, Braves, Nationals, Phillies, Marlins. It's pretty much, I don't know, pretty much the NL East is pretty much the Mets over 500, and then everyone else is below 500. Not expected, though. I did expect the Braves and Phillies to at least kind of be around 500, if not over. Personally, in terms of standing-wise, I mean, they're only 3.5 games back where the Phillies are 4. So, yeah, I mean, it's complex, though, because Soroka's out for the season. Their pitching's been tough. I mean, Max Fried had, he's kind of dropped down to reality to an extent. Morton has really been about average, so they don't really have much pitching. Their bats could definitely help ignite it, but I'll say one thing, pitching wins championships, and as a Mets fan, I'm aware of that. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the NL East, I'd really say it's either between the Braves. I mean, the Nationals are four games back. Scherzer's kind of been struggling. I mean, Scherzer's been good, but what's his face? Schwarber. I mean, the Nationals were balling, but then Schwarber got hurt, and then that kind of ended their hot streak. So listen, I never wanted a player to get injured, but I guess it was kind of a positive thing for the Mets. If you were to ask me 5 days ago, I'd say the Nationals, but now I'm really probably going to say the Braves. I mean, looking at the Braves schedule, I mean, they're coming off a good series against the Marlins. I mean, they're playing the Pirates, then they're going back to the Marlins, so they got some easy games ahead. So leading up to this All-Star break, I would like the Mets to have at least a 5 to 7 game lead in the division. That'd be nice. Are we doing call-ins? Probably not. Probably not. Next time, though, I definitely would like to do some call-ins if people would ever like to call into the stream. Pretty much, I put a little link in the chat. It's a StreamYard. You pretty much join for like 5 minutes and talk about what you want. I definitely would like to do that. If you guys would like to do that at some point on the channel, drop a comment below. Give me a thumbs up or something. Let me know if you guys would like to do that. Yeah, I like Bob Melvin. Yeah, Bob Melvin is Bob Melvin's an interesting manager. Definitely more older. One of the guys who he's an interesting guy. Also, what starter in the Mets lineup is likely to get traded? Ooh, probably J.D. Davis. No doubt about it, J.D. Davis. Mauricio, Davis, and Lee for Donaldson and Barrios. Yeah, so Ronnie Mauricio, Khalil Lee, and J.D. Davis for Donaldson and Barrios. That's interesting. So you're trading away. Honestly, my only problem with Donaldson is he's like 36 years old. He's not 2015 MVP Donaldson, but he gets the job done to an extent. He bats for a fair average. He has some pop in his bat. He could help keep this Mets offense alive. And Barrios is a nice average pitcher. So, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, Michael. You got me on that one. You know what you should do is there's a good website called Baseball MLB Trade Value. MLB Trade Values. You guys should check it out. And pretty much MLB Trade Values, it's a website where you could post trades and people rank them, give them a thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, yes, no. You should put that on there. See what you get out of that, because I'd be interesting. I honestly have some interesting thoughts on that one. I mean, Mauricio obviously is understandable. Davis is understandable. Khalil Lee, I mean, we got him from the Royals. I don't know if people want to have him a bit longer. We saw him come up due to the injuries. He played average, made some nice web gems in the outfield. Not really a power guy. Needs to work on his bat more. Anthony, we need to get rid of Phil Nevin and Market Thames. I would like just Buck Schultz or A-Rod, but he's a long shot. Yeah. I don't know about A-Rod. Wise Mets fan. Yeah, so pretty much it's a long story. If you want, message me on Twitter. I will put a link to that soon. You would go for that. I would. All right, so we got some people doing that. You want to hang out for a little bit longer. Cool. Use that website. I don't have a username. I don't really post trades on it. I just kind of observe on it. But yeah, definitely let me know what your username is, and I'll come take a little or send it to me on Twitter if you want. I'll put my social media platforms up in a bit. So we had a great stream, honestly. We had a ton of new people. I'm glad we got the channel to grow more. You know, I'm kind of glad that we're getting away. You know, I love Met fans, but I'm glad we're starting to get to Yankees. I think we had a Cubs fan in here before, Yankees fans. So it's pretty cool to see, you know, talk about other things than the Mets. I mean, yes, a lot of my knowledge pertains to the Mets. But obviously, I mean, you know, it's something nice to explore. Sorry, I was getting a text message. So yeah, so if anyone has any more comments, questions, concerns, please drop them. Probably going to call it a stream shortly. If anyone has any more comments, questions, concerns, all that great stuff, please feel free to drop them. I will be dropping a video tomorrow on one bullpen pitcher I think the Mets could pursue at the trade deadline. I think you guys would find that interesting because the trade deadline is coming up. So please turn on those post notifications so whenever I get a video, you get notified that it's up. Leave a comment, leave a like. I always respond to all my comments, no doubt. Great way to expand with the community. So please turn on post notifications so you could get that video. So yeah. Yeah, Michael. So pretty much, I'm not really sure. I haven't really heard much from him. I mean, I'm sure he's okay. But to be honest, all I can say is I don't know. And I know it's an answer. I know people don't like I don't knows, but that's really the only answer I know off the top of my head is I really don't know. I mean, you could try DMing him. Maybe he'll respond to you, but I couldn't tell you. But hopefully you guys like the way we're doing it now. LFGM, I appreciate you tuning in, Anthony. LFGM, I always appreciate the regulars popping in. Nice collection behind you. I appreciate it, brother. As you can see, I do have a little nice collection right here. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. You know, it's a little bright over there with the sun, but nice collection. I have, you know, some more memorabilia inside of those dressers. But yeah, I appreciate the recognition there, YouTube Productions. Yeah. But otherwise, great stream as always. If anyone has any more comments, questions, concerns pertaining to the Mets, Yankees, Red Sox, the Brewers, whatever. The Mets are going into the series against the Brewers. So that's going to be something to come ahead. Duke Collins. Yeah, I only have like 2 minutes, though, so I'm probably going to have to call the stream then. Definitely, here's what. Let me know in the comments below if you guys would call in. I think I asked this before. Oh, yeah, I did ask this before. But, yeah, let me know if you guys would ever want to call into the stream. I definitely would do that. I think some people did respond to that before. So yeah, so otherwise we had a great stream. We had a high of 17 people at one point. That is amazing. No doubt about it. So yeah, I appreciate everyone for tuning in to today's stream. We're probably going to call it a stream today. Almost live for an hour. Great as always. If anyone has any more comments, questions, concerns, please drop them below and we could get into them. I don't know. Maybe I'll go on MLB trade values. How about that? We'll go on MLB trade values for like the last 10 minutes. Trade. It's a great website. I'll tell you that. I mean, I don't have an account on it. Go Mets. I appreciate it. I don't have an account on it. But for the most part, please comment on that. But for the most part, it's a pretty cool website. I like it. Like I said, I don't have an account on it, but sometimes I just glimpse through it when I'm really bored. And yeah, so let me get rid of that comment so I can pin this. So yeah, it's pretty cool website. I mean, I've known about it from some people. We'll go to some of the trade boards. Now, you know, we see, you know, Kyle Gibson, Nelson Cruz, Mitch Moreland. Yeah, there's some interesting trades. So, I mean, taking a look at some common ones, you know, we have Alexander Ramirez for John Gray. There's a ton of Mets ones. Interesting. I don't know. This one I find pretty interesting. I don't want to give it away, but this one is going to be interesting for tomorrow's video. You know, we got with the Royals, Hunter Dozier, Whit Merrifield, Mike Minor for J.D. Davis and Mark Vientos. This one, honestly, I mean, you're getting rid of Vientos, who, I mean, I think all the hype is on Beatty. Hunter Dozier's nice. I mean, Whit Merrifield was robbed of the All-Star game, I'll tell you that. There's some nice ones on here. You got Andres Jimenez, former Met. Rockies, Miguel Castro, Lee, Nojelsak, Hampson, Freeland, Bard. Nice closer. No, you know, this is a good website, though. I definitely am trying to explore more on trades. Making trades and stuff is not something I'm super great at. That's why I can never be a GM. But please, everyone, give this stream a like, comment, subscribe. Also, follow me on my social medias. Twitter is Mets Hayden. Instagram is Hayden_Jerglowitz. Snapchat is HaydenJJ5. So please check me out on social media. Message me on Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat, and we could talk baseball and the Mets all day. So please do that if you guys would not mind. Great stream overall. We're probably going to call it a stream here for the day. Great stream as always. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Great attendance. Till next time, baseball fans, see ya.